Guys, how are you? Welcome back. Welcome. It's been a long time since I've done a video, so I decided to make one. I have been more in a shutdown mode in terms of posting because there's no clarity where the market wants to go next. Not from a charting perspective, not from a macro perspective. There's just a lot of mixed messages. So we kind of sit back, chill out, relax, and let it do what it's got to do. Okay. Macro picture, there's a lot of evidence for a recession, and then there's another part of the economy that is still holding up very well. So, just because something looks bad doesn't mean it is bad. And that's something that I've been very keen on not saying, oh, recession is coming, oh, the world's coming to an end. No, no, no. I've been very stoic about it because there isn't enough evidence for a recession. Doesn't mean that there's parts of it that don't look good, or that I'm not biased towards the bad economic picture, but it has to produce itself. It can't just, well, it looks bad. Well, I can always find something bad in the market in the macros, always. Just like I can always find something good. However, I think I am exactly where the market is right now, confused, and okay, which way do we go from here? And that's the end result. So we sit back, we chill out, we relax, we see what's going on. Now, let's talk about the internals of the market. The internals of the market are not the same as the indices imply, where, oh, look, we're near all-time highs. Oh, no, no, no. Unless you own those seven stocks, your portfolio does not look like that. Your portfolio looks like, Ukraine, or Syria, or whatever. So it's a disaster area. Why is it so bad? Well, the internals are reality. Okay, the indices are fantasy, and that's the way you have to approach it. Now, having said that, for you young new traders, to you, uh, you're in a system that you are overloaded with information. When I started all the way back in the day, just to make a trade was $150 one way and $150 in the other way. So if you didn't have a whole lot of money, you're not buying anything. So today, the mechanics have all changed. You can buy something with, a dollar, and you don't pay anything. Okay. So that has an impact on the markets. Why? Because you have the ETFs, you have the such an ease to go out and buy stocks that you have a lot of immaturity in the markets. Okay, and when you are in a system that is designed to tell you what happened, which is not going to make you money, or what is happening is not going to make you money, or, well, I think it's going to be this, and you should look at that. And if you're a bull, you're going to always look at the bullish case. If you're a bear, you're always going to look at the bearish case. Um, you know, guessing is great, but it doesn't make you money either. Okay, it just hasn't happened yet, right? Is always, well, just buy the dip and you'll be fine. Everything's going to be great. Why? Because it's been like that for 14 years, right? Buy the dip, and if you're not making money, at least you're forgiven and you don't lose as much. But again, when you look at the internals of the market, they don't look very good. All right, if your portfolio is not matching with the indices, that's why. Okay, you don't own the seven stocks, and off you go. All right, so let's take a look at Walmart. It's America's largest employer. Okay, double topping here. I pointed it out. Look, this is an area where you're going to have some trouble. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened, right? Not once. This is the first time. This is the first crack right here. Starting to give you a warning. This is actually the first one, but let's say this one. All right, that's the first warning. Goes back up, right? Beats the previous high just a little bit. You're saying, oh, look, it's past the previous high. No, no. There's several ways that double tops perform. So let's say you have this peak here. You can have one just prior and it'll roll over, right at it and it'll roll over, and then just break the top and then roll over. Okay, double tops are not precise. The line in of itself doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. Okay, it can go a little bit more or just below it or right at it, and then it will start to reverse. Okay, so what's happened since? Boom, there you go. Voila. All right, now again, a crack in of itself, crossing a line, doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. Okay, you got to see follow through. You got to see some formation that's going to start to form here. Something like this, like a nice little bear flag at the bottom of the structure, and then it breaks. Okay, then the whole structure is broken. Then you start looking for follow through. Um, it can do it several ways, and we'll talk about it here in a moment. Oil. Oh, this is not educational. Oh, this is not educational. This is the best educational chart I could possibly post. Why? Because this was in real time. People think that OPEC cuts are going to, supply and demand, there's going to be less supply, price is going to go up, la, la, la. No, that's not the way it works when it comes to OPEC. Okay? If they don't see demand, they start to cut. They didn't cut once, they cut twice, they cut three times. Not only did they cut three times, but they extended the cuts. And what has price done? And remember, this is despite two ongoing wars, one with Russia and the other one in the Middle East. And still, and still, you cannot get those oil prices higher. Okay, so when OPEC is telling you we're cutting, that means there's no demand. That means global trade is not doing well. Okay, the global economy is not doing well. Look at China. All right, look at Europe. So uh, this is the best education. Why? Because first, in trading like in life, it's gonna first give you the test, and then it's gonna give you the lesson. Okay, I did this in real time before before any of this happened. That's where the value of this educational chart comes in, because you're going to see it in real time. And I did post it for you in real time. I gave you consistent updates. These are the three OPEC cuts, okay? You saw exactly the way it performed. And guess what? I was right. Why? Because I have a magic crystal ball? No, because OPEC told me, told everybody, and nobody listened. Everybody ran out, oh, less supply, higher price. No, that's not the way it works. Much more sophisticated than that. You know what I mean? So it's a little frustrating when somebody takes it, oh, it's not education. That's the best educational chart you could possibly find on, at least from my content. Okay, so look at the chart, right? Three OPEC cuts, extension, and still prices right back down. Okay, so and I'm going to be a little bit, I don't know, arrogant, whatever you want to call it. Talent is something when someone can hit a target that nobody else or few can hit, that's talent. Okay, hitting a target that no one else sees is genius. It's genius. And I know it sounds arrogant, but you get my point. If I can give you a lesson in real time that nobody else can see, then that's value to you, because you will learn from the test that I took many years ago. And I thought, I'm like, well, they're cutting supply. Oh, I've got to go out, buy oil. And guess what? It didn't go up. Okay. I lost money. I learned my lesson. That's why I'm saying, like trading like in life, first you get the test, then you get the lesson, right? And here's the lesson in real time. So remember that. All right, let's continue on here. Tesla, okay? Tesla is a disaster. I'm surprised it's as high as it is, but I want you to remember something, okay? You got to remember this. You are trading. That means it's going to be you against the entire planet of people who are guessing or analyzing or assessing the value or whatever the case may be, uh, as to where the price is going to go. Okay, that happens on an ongoing basis every day, nonstop. Okay, you're basically doing the same thing, and you're going up against the best of the best. All right. So when you see Tesla, and it's got this big, huge structure in here, 1, 2, 3 up, right? Forms the structure, 4 points, hooks over, starts to break down. Then you're telling me, well, in the next 7 days, is it going to be higher or lower? Well, I have no idea. Whenever it goes lower, and that's it. It's an overvalued company. At the very least, the Tesla bulls, at least they admit it's not a car company. Oh, it's a tech company. Well, yeah, because the car sucks. The whole thing sucks. Everything sucks about Tesla, as far as I'm concerned. You may disagree. That's your prerogative. I'm not concerned with that. But it's a very overvalued company. Okay. Now, I don't sit here and just because I don't like it and say, well, short it. It has nothing to do with me. I do not guess. I don't have a crystal ball. I look at the chart. If the chart looks bearish, I go bearish. If it looks bullish, I go bullish. I don't care either way. I am so indifferent to what it is. I didn't like Tesla 5 years ago, and look where price went. Did I sit here and say, short Tesla every day? No, of course not. But there's reason to do it now, and that's why I short it. Look at the drop here. It cracked right in there and boom, it collapsed. It went all the way down to sub 100, right? Did anybody see that? No, they didn't. I was telling you, go back, look at my posts. Unfortunately, I had that split, but nonetheless, look at that huge drop. Did anybody expect that? Nope. Nobody could see it coming. It went up, it corrected 1, 2, 3 up, and now it's kind of lingering over, starting to fall apart. It broke the structure. Okay. Now, is it going to be a week? Is it going to be a year? Is it going to be 5 years? I don't know. All I can tell you is it has multiple head and shoulders up against resistance. It doesn't look good. Period. End of story. There's not much more I can say about that. I typically look at logs, but when things start to fall, you got to take it out of log and see what reality is. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Okay, it looks horrible. There's nothing bullish about this chart. Nothing. At least as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing. The thing is just, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of like, people get ideas in their head and they just stick with them no matter what. It's like furniture. It's as if, if you disagree with them, it's like trying to steal, like you're stealing their furniture from like the garage that they never use. It's theirs. Don't take it, but you don't use it. It's no, no, no. Just leave it there. That's the way they think. It's the same thing with the GameStop, bots, because they're not these. Most of these people are not humans. Some of them may be, but most of them are bots. Okay. Waterfall is coming. When is it coming? I don't know when it's going to come. Is it going to be a week? Is it going to be a year? Don't know. Don't care. The whole chart looks horrible. The company, the fundamentals, horrible. The whole thing is horrible. And what happened? Well, it waterfall. Period. End of story. and you see them and they're fighting with me and they're arguing. They don't look at all the drops here. They don't look at. They say, "Oh, look, yeah, this is a bull trap." That's a bull trap. Every single time it went up, it was a bull trap. Okay. Where's price today? 1253. Okay. Cut in half. How many times has it been cut in half? Here. I mean, it's a disaster. Why would anybody double down, triple down, quadruple down, keep betting and keep losing for what, 2 years now? And they still, oh no, it's a bullish stock. It's going to go higher. It's like, man, look at the chart. You cannot read a chart. There's nothing bullish about this. But you can change. It's easier to fool people than it is to tell them the truth. It really is. How many times did I post? Look, these are bull traps, right? I started all the way back here. Where was it? Somewhere up here. I was wherever it was. I'm saying this is a bull trap. This is a bull trap. And guess what? It was a bull trap. Before it made its next, dive, it was fooling people, and they kept falling for it. Anyway, again, bulls are they're special people. Okay, DDD. All right, Dillard's. Let's talk about retail. It broke. Okay, is it going to waterfall? They break certain ways. They can break straight down. They can break, bounce, go sideways, and then fall apart. You think you should be bullish on retail with maximum employment? Where are you going to find more wages? Where are you going to find more paychecks? Where are you going to find more people with paychecks? Okay, that are going to go out and consume more and more and more and more to infinity. You're at max employment. Now, if we had unemployment at 7-8% and it's improving, well, people are going to start going back to work. Wages are going to start to come in. You're going to start to see better um, earnings per share, right? Why? Because people are coming back into the workforce. The economy is improving, right? You're not going to get that at max employment. You're not getting. There's no unless you bring Martians down to Earth and start consuming. You're not going to get any more. We're maxed out on employment, and that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, if you are a bull, again, you look at the chart. You got the double top here. Okay, came up once, tried it, didn't work. Came down, created this structure here, which is bearish. Came down. Sure enough, it did come down. When is it going to fall apart? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I'm not a magician. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't pretend I do. All right. Same thing with Walmart. Okay. It looked great. Everything was wonderful. It didn't even give you a chance to get out. It just gapped down this morning, and that was it. Boom, straight down. Bye bye. Second crack. All right. What is that telling you? It's a warning sign. Don't be in Walmart. This has to correct. This structure here has to correct at some point. More likely than not, it's going to be now. Gun to head. That's what I would say. But again, how double tops break, um, I cannot tell you. Is it going to be days? Is it going to be weeks? I don't know. I can only tell you what the chart says. And believe me, if this was a bullish chart, guess what? I would be posting a bullish chart. All right. I don't dictate to the markets and charts what they should look like. That is not my job. And that's where everybody makes a mistake. And that's why most people are going to fail at being traders and investors because they apply their vague hunches and feelings to the data. They don't extract information from the data. That's a very big difference. Okay. So it's very difficult to teach that, especially when you're young. You don't understand the difference between the two. I am agnostic. I got my biases, of course, from a macro, from what I see in the charts, but it's what the information is telling me and how I interpret that information. But mostly it's the charts and the macro. I don't create the data. I don't create the charts. I don't create the internals. I don't. It's not my job. I just look at it and I tell you what it is, and that's it. So when the largest retailer and employer is telling you, hey, things are not looking good, well, you got to pay attention a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, you got to pay attention. Look at Cisco, same thing. Oop, what did I push there? Look at Cisco. Okay, didn't even give it a chance. Boom, just fell apart. Build that pressure right down here, right? Look at that pressure. You build that pressure right in there, and boom, it just collapsed. Didn't have a chance to get out. But the writing was on the wall this whole entire time. The structure is bearish. Now, when does it break? I don't know, but it's bearish. And now you got a head and shoulders, right? It's very clear to see head and shoulders. Well, this structure now, this whole structure is going to have to correct at some point. When? I don't know. Could be now, could be 6 months from now. Don't know. But this does not look bullish. That is not me telling the charts what's going on. That's the chart telling me what's going on. Anyway, I try to give you the most objective, analysis there is. The results are, they show for themselves. Okay, look at all these charts. How many of them were successful? Why were they so many successful trades? And you can go on forever looking at these charts. Uh, just let the data tell you what's going on. Don't tell the data what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the key. All right, that's it, guys. Take care. Thank you very much. Don't forget to follow. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.